So Rockstar just dropped an absolute banger of a newswire post, and it's got some really interesting information about some drifting related DLC content that's going to be added with the 2023 winter update for GTA Online. Now, although they haven't confirmed the date of the DLC's release, people are thinking it's going to drop December 12th based on the GTA Plus benefits changing, and this does make a lot of sense given that we've got the GTA 6 trailer on the horizon, and that will likely drop before this DLC does. Now, as for the update itself, it does seem like a much needed return to form. We're actually going to be doing like real legit criminal stuff. Well, not really legit, but you know what I mean. We're not going to be doing the stupid militarized crap that came with the San Andreas Mercenaries DLC. We're actually going to be doing Grand Theft Auto. We're going to start a chop shop business with Yusuf Amir, who's returning from GTA 4. And if you guys have played the Ballad of Gay Tony in GTA 4, you know that he was a hilarious character. And although it's not Michael DeSanta, it's still nice to have a really familiar and fan favorite character come back to the game. The business itself probably won't be a super profitable thing, but it does still sound kind of fun. Now, obviously this is a car-centered update, and Rockstar gave us a ton of info for car guys to work with. First off, we've obviously got some new cars on the way. The Grotti Turismo Omaggio was teased a few days ago with the shot of the rear of the car with the custom Rockstar Games livery, and in this new newswire they also showed the front end of the car off as well. It's very clearly based off of the Ferrari F8 Tributo, which is really awesome. You guys probably have seen this already too, but it does look like we'll be getting an HSW modification for the Pegassi Zentorno, and it's really nice to see another OG fan favorite car getting some love. Now, another completely new car was also teased with this newswire post. It's this four-door Karin sedan thing, which looks to be pretty heavily based off of a mid-2000s Toyota Camry or similar year Lexus ES. In my opinion though, I really only see the resemblance to those cars at the front of this new Karin vehicle. The roofline to the rear of the car looks to be more inspired after a sleeker rear-wheel drive Toyota sedan. My initial thought was that this car took inspiration from the Toyota Mark II JZX 110, but it could also be inspired by the Toyota Verosa, the Toyota Crown, or another JZX series Toyota. At least I'm hoping that it is, because the car does look to be rear-wheel drive based upon the placement of the tire smoke in this picture. This could possibly be an updated version of the Karin Astrop or the Karin Intruder, which is really awesome, but it's definitely not something that was on the list of cars the community wanted, so I'm really not sure what Rockstar was thinking here. Now, apart from these obvious new cars, there are some other cool quality of life updates coming for us car guys in this DLC as well. First off is the ability to buy friends cars in the LS Carmates has been expanded to all platforms. This is awesome because now all players can get access to the cars that were removed with the San Andreas Mercenaries DLC, so long as you can find another player to hook you up. We're also getting a new method of sorting all our garage properties through the interaction menu, although this will be specific to next-gen consoles, I'm guessing because of hardware limitations. There's also going to be a 100-car garage added exclusively for GTA Plus members. I'm really not sure how to feel about that because they're locking it behind a paywall, but hey, at least it's another option to get more space if you're an avid car fanatic in this game. There's also a slew of other smaller quality of life changes relating to cars that are going to be dropping with this DLC, which is a really nice thing to see because we haven't gotten a lot of those recently. Now, obviously, moving into the reason why you probably clicked on this video, Rockstar finally teased some new drifting content to be added to GTA Online. Now, the first thing that they mention is some sort of drifting modification that can be applied to select cars via the LS Car Meet, and then the cars that have this upgrade can then be used in drift specific races. Now, I'm not quite sure what to think about this drift racing mode, but if it's fairly in-depth and offers scoring based off of angle, speed, and hitting certain touch and go and clipping points, then it could be really cool and fun. Plus, if you get paid for winning in this mode, then a lot of us would probably never have to grind money again. Now, they do mention the addition of new tracks as well, which will probably be pretty mid knowing how Rockstar makes their racetracks, but if they do open up the option for player created maps to be turned into drift races, then the possibilities are endless. Maybe legit Formula Drift type competitions can finally be possible here in GTA 5. Now, as for the drifting modification itself, Rockstar says it's only going to be available for select vehicles. Based on the picture that they've shown, I'm assuming that this mod will be rolled out to most, if not all, cars that we got with the Los Santos Tuners DLC. They were the first cars to receive low grip tires and the option for lowered stance when they initially released, so to have an extension of that with this drifting modification being made available for them does make a lot of sense. I'm also hoping that the other new cars that they bring with this update, like the Camry JZX 110 sedan looking thing I talked about earlier, will also have this option too, but I guess we'll just have to see. Now, based off of the picture, it does seem like this drifting modification will increase steering angle, since the Jester RR in the picture seems like it has way more steering angle over the original car. The way Rockstar's phrases paragraph, it seems like it might just be a blanket drifting upgrade that reduces traction, gives you a little bit more steering angle, and increases power. I really don't think there's going to be much more room from a tuning perspective, because on the game development side, that does open up a whole new can of worms. Still, the fact that the drifting community is getting even more support directly from Rockstar with with this update is still really cool, and I wasn't expecting this at all. It's definitely going to be a cool addition. Now, I've covered all of the big stuff, but before I close out this video though, the doomer in me has to talk about a really crappy way in which Rockstar could handle this drift modification system. Rockstar is claiming that this new modification will bring the fun of drifting to free mode, although free mode drifting has really already been possible for years, and they've slowly added to it over time as well. Could this mean that Rockstar is going to add handling flags to every car in the game, effectively nerfing their driftability, and then lock the ability to remove those handling flags behind a paywall and only for specific cars? I don't know. Although this probably isn't all that likely, Rockstar's recent trend has been to remove content from the game and try to sell it back to us. They did this exact thing with the release of the San Andreas Mercenaries DLC, where they pretty much removed a third of the vehicles from being able to be purchased from the online websites and instead tried to sell them back to players via a GTA Plus subscription, where you'd be able to buy some of those cars in the Vinewood Car Club, or by only adding back the vehicles they removed for a limited time, effectively forcing players to buy a shark card if they really wanted to get a vehicle, or else they'd miss it. Therefore, Rockstar removing the current methods of drifting in an attempt to lock it behind a paywall and milk their player base for even more money isn't totally out of the realm of possibility. They did use the original LS Tuner cars as their guinea pigs when they tested out the addition of handling flags with the Contract DLC, so I'm hoping they don't pull similar nonsense once again. Now, this prediction is quite pessimistic and it might seem way too dramatic and unrealistic for some of you, but just remember that Rockstar's fumbled the bag quite a few times over the past couple years, and in this case I'm really hoping that they don't do it again this time and act like they're adding a brand new feature to free mode. As I said before, drifting in GTA 5 has been a thing for years on now, so I really hope that they don't change anything with this new update. I hope that they just add content rather than changing content that we already have, but I guess we'll see. Now, I don't mean to end this video on a negative note. I really want people to be excited about this DLC. Hell, I am too, which is why I'm making this video, but I do need to mention this given Rockstar's reputation recently. It's always healthy to have a little bit of skepticism going into this. Now, as a content creator whose main focus is drifting in GTA 5, these DLC announcements always do create mixed emotions for me, as I do get really excited for the content that Rockstar is going to add, but I also get scared because, as we all know, Rockstar loves testing out certain changes to car physics in this game and doesn't really give much regard to the community that's been fostered around them. As I said though, I think that the odds that this drift modification system is all just a big ruse to remove content and try to sell it back to us is pretty low, and I'm hoping that this slight doomer theory gets proven wrong very quickly, either when the DLC officially releases in the next couple weeks, or even when Rockstar drops an official trailer for the DLC and another Newswire post that clarifies things. Regardless of what happens, I'm going to do my best to keep you guys informed here on YouTube, so feel free to drop a subscription to this channel, leave a like on the video if you like what you see, and feel free to continue the discussion about this down below in the comments, or you can feel free to join my Discord server and talk to me in there. My server, as well as the full Rockstar Newswire article, will be both linked below if you guys want to check those out. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Stay tuned for a really fun video coming this Sunday, and have an awesome rest of your day.